All right, fifth graders, I'm going to give you a quick review of our math subtracting mixed numbers with renaming, because you have to know how to do this and everything else before we move on to working with patterns, problem solving. So you really have to have this down pat. So please watch this video fully so that you can go back to some of your work and check it, make sure it's good. Because I see some people forgetting to add, you borrow, but then you don't add a fraction to the other fraction. You have to, otherwise you're just gonna get it all wrong. So please make sure you take the time to watch these quick videos. It's very simple. Okay, so for example, okay, let's do 5 3/4 minus 2 11/12. Okay, I need a common denominator, which I know is 12. So this one's done already. I don't have to change it. This one, I need 4 times 3 gets me to 12. So that turns this into 9/12. But you still can't take away 11 from 9. So this is where you have to borrow. Cross off the 5, make it a 4. And now I have to take the 1 from here and add it on to my fraction that's over here. Now it has to equal a whole, and any fraction that equals a whole is a number over the same number. So when you're adding fractions, you have to have common denominators. So I know my denominator is going to have to be 12. And if it has to equal a whole, 1 whole pie, I need to have 12 pieces to fill up that pie, right? So now when I add 9 and 12, I would get what, 21/12? So now I can take this and subtract this. So 21 minus 11 is that 10? 10/12. And then I go back to my whole numbers. 4 minus 2 is 2. For this one, we're not finished because I look at my fraction and I know 10 and 12, they both have a number that I can divide out, the same number. I know they're both even, so I can divide 2 out of both of them. Divide by 2. So that becomes 5 and that becomes 6. So my final answer is 2 5/6. So this is mixed number subtraction with renaming, or if you need, with regrouping. All right, now there's going to be one more example. Wasn't in my other video. Okay, but it's just as easy. So what if I start with a whole number and I'm subtracting a mixed number? So what if it's like 8 minus 3 5/8. Okay, so my first number has no fraction with it. So I'm going to rewrite it vertically. So 8 minus 3 5/8. So the problem here is I can't take 5 from nothing. Because if you're subtracting a fraction, this is why I want you to do it vertically, because doing it this way, you forget that, oh, I could just, some people might just say, oh, 5 minus 0 is 5. That's not going to be the right answer. So I want you to do it vertically. You can't take 5 from nothing above it, okay? So you have to borrow from the 8, right? So cross it off, make it a 7. Now we want to add the whole as a fraction over there. Denominator has to stay the same. So denominator is going to be 8. To fill up that whole pie that I cut into 8 pieces, I need to have all 8 pieces. So now I'm ready to subtract. You see how easy that is? So it's whatever the denominator is, that's what you turn the fraction into. All right, so 8 minus 5 is 3/8. Remember, you never do anything with the denominator, so you don't add them or subtract them. Okay, don't go into that. And then finally, 7 minus 3 is 4. And I can't reduce 3 any further because it doesn't go into 8. And we are done. So please, if you have to, watch this video to go back and fix anything from the last 2 days of work. All right?